When it comes to history, we name Muhammad Ali as a man who could float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Known as People's Champ, his humanitarian contributions have won the hearts of millions of people, apart from his boxing legacy. What was the turn in Muhammad Ali's boxing career that gave him the GOAT title? How did Muhammad Ali rise as People's Champ? What were the tactics used by the great boxer that turned down the tables for other boxing legends? Let's hook into the interesting story of Muhammad Ali, the story you needed to know. His actual name was Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., and was later changed into Muhammad Ali as he regarded his old name as a slave name. Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr. grew up in the American South, in a time of segregated public facilities. His father, Cassius Marcellus Clay Sr., supported a wife and 2 sons by painting billboards and signs. His mother, Odessa Grady Clay, worked as a household domestic. He grew up in a time when the South was segregated, and he experienced some discrimination in his childhood due to the sole reason of being black. When Ali was just 12 years old, he took up boxing under the tutelage of Louisville policeman Joe Martin. 6 weeks later, Ali had won his first bout in a split decision. By the age of 18, Ali had captured 2 National Golden Gloves titles, 2 Amateur Athletic Union national titles, and 100 victories against 8 losses. From the initial years itself, he proved that he will once become an unstoppable legend. After advancing through the amateur ranks, he won a gold medal in the 175-pound division at the 1960 Olympic Games in Rome. After the wonderful achievement, he began a professional career under the guidance of the Louisville Sponsoring Group, a syndicate composed of 11 wealthy white men. Muhammad Ali's powerful jabs, foot speed, and self-promotion earned him the nickname Louisville Lip. Muhammad Ali was known for his trash talks that he used to taunt his opponents. He used this approach as a way to generate publicity and build anticipation for his matches. On February 25, 1964, Ali challenged the intimidating, powerful fighter of his era, Sonny Liston, for the heavyweight championship of the world. Liston retired in his corner during the fight due to an inflamed shoulder, and Ali was not regarded as the new emerging champion, beating Liston's record. 2 days later, Ali shocked the boxing establishment again by announcing that he had accepted the teachings of the Nation of Islam. On March 6, 1964, he officially took the name Muhammad Ali, which was given to him by his spiritual mentor Elijah Muhammad. Ali stunned the people with his hold on the heavyweight championship by knocking out Liston in the first round of their rematch on May 25, 1965, and he defended his title 8 more times. Triumphs over Floyd Patterson, George Chuvalo, Henry Cooper, Brian London, and Carl Mildenberger followed. On November 14, 1966, Ali fought Cleveland Williams. Over the course of 3 rounds, Ali landed more than 100 punches, scored 4 knockdowns, and was hit a total of 3 times. Ali's triumph over Williams was succeeded by victories over Ernie Terrell and Zora Foley. With the Vietnam War raging, Ali showed up for his scheduled induction into the U.S. Armed Forces on April 28, 1967. Citing his religious beliefs, he, however, refused to serve in the Army. This refusal followed a blunt statement voiced by Ali 14 months earlier, where he said, "I ain't got no quarrel with them Viet Cong." Ali was arrested, and the New York State Athletic Commission immediately suspended his boxing license and revoked his heavyweight belt. Ali was precluded from fighting by every state athletic commission in the United States for 3.5 years. He was criminally indicted, and on June 20, 1967, Muhammad Ali was convicted of refusing induction into the U.S. Armed Forces and sentenced to 5 years in prison. Although he remained free on bail, 4 years passed before his conviction was unanimously overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court on a narrow procedural ground. Ali spoke out against the Vietnam War on college campuses after receiving a ban from boxing for 3 consequent years. The public attitudes turned against the war, and support for Ali grew. In 1970, the New York State Supreme Court ordered his boxing license reinstated. The following year, the U.S. Supreme Court overturned his conviction in a unanimous decision. In October 1970, Ali was allowed to return to boxing, but his skills had eroded by the time. Ali prevailed in his first 2 comeback fights, against Jerry Quarry and Oscar Bonavina. On March 8, 1971, Ali got his chance to regain his heavyweight crown against reigning champ Joe Frazier in what was billed as the fight of the century. The undefeated Frazier floored Ali with a hard left hook in the final round. Ali got up, but lost in a unanimous decision, experiencing his first defeat as a pro. On March 31, 1973, a little-known fighter named Ken Norton broke Ali's jaw in the second round en route to a 12-round upset decision. Ali defeated Norton in a rematch, and this proved that once a legend, always a legend. On October 30th, 1974, Ali challenged George Foreman, who had dethroned Frazier in 1973 to become heavyweight champion of the world. Ali was received by the people of Zaire as a conquering hero, and he did his part by knocking out Foreman in the 8th round to regain the heavyweight title. Over the next 30 months, at the peak of his popularity as champion, Ali fought 9 times in bouts that showed him to be a courageous fighter, but a fighter on the decline. The final performances of Ali's ring career were sad to behold. In 1978, he lost his title to Leon Spinks with an Olympic gold medal, but only 7 professional fights to his credit. 7 months later, Ali regained the championship with a 15-round victory over Spinks. Then he retired from boxing, but 2 years later, he made an ill-advised comeback. Ali suffered a horrible beating at the hands of Larry Holmes, in a bout that was stopped after 11 rounds. The final ring contest of Ali's career was a loss by decision to Trevor Berbick in 1981. Muhammad Ali was a transformative humanitarian and peace advocate dedicated to improving people's lives, reducing suffering, and recognizing human dignity. As a young athlete, before winning his first world heavyweight boxing title in 1964, Ali donated proceeds from his matches to aid people in need. Later in life, Ali promoted peace as a goodwill ambassador and United Nations messenger of peace. Throughout his life, Ali used his fame to shine a spotlight on suffering worldwide, to advocate for peace, and to amplify the voices of those unheard, particularly youth. Ring Magazine named Ali Fighter of the Year 5 times more than any other boxer, and he was inducted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990. What facts regarding Muhammad Ali excited you the most? Let's know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe for more content just like this, and be sure to hit that like button too.